Yo, and welcome back to the Banter Boys podcast. My name is Sanji. With me is Ryan. How you doing, Ryan?
Yo, Sanji. I wouldn't lie, I'm a bit tired. I just finished 2 back-to-back Euro drafts, so yeah.
I know, one in the first draft position, one in the last draft position. How fitting that we have some nice content to talk about.
Correct.
I mean, I don't blame you. It's 11 p.m. here where we are. That's a little late. You do have work in the morning, don't you?
I do. I mean, but when you're working from home, what time is work start, really?
Hopefully your superiors aren't listening to the podcast. And if they are, go follow us on socials, etc. Insert Ross's little social spiel.
Yeah, for sure. So you can message us on Twitter and Instagram. Our handles at BanterB. On Discord in the Draft PL channel, Banter Boys #6585. On Reddit, /Banter_boys. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, and YouTube, all under the name of Banter Boys.
Yeah, man. So, how's things going? Yo, I officially hate all fours as a Trinidadian. I think I might give up the game completely. I'm really terrible at it. I mean, no. Okay, let me rephrase. The CPU hates me. Whatever frigging platform that we use.
I mean, if that's the excuse you want to take, sure.
I mean, we should probably give some context as to, what all fours is, etc.
Sure, I mean, if there was ever a national card game, that would be Trinidad's national card game.
Country that has a national card game. That's heights, man. That's goals, actually. Yeah, there you go. What are we talking about today? Yeah, we're recording a pod. We're talking about we're a fucking mess. I'm not gonna lie, we're a fucking mess. Yeah. Because I mean, it's coming closer to the deadline. I've had a couple of drinks in me. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, we're gonna talk about what goalkeepers, defenders.
Yeah, and
how our drafts went.
As you brought up all fours, if any Trini listeners want to request a game versus us, just shoot Sanji a message on Twitter. We'll make that happen.
100%. Yeah, and talk about random games and how the draft went. But what else? Oh, by the way, I got a cat, dude. I'm fostering a cat.
Like a real one or
a real one? She's sitting on my lap while I record. So if you hear random purring, I'm sorry. Listen, Ryan's giving you frogs and lizards, so it could be worse,
I mean, yeah, I can't help it.
Yeah, we live in the Caribbean. This is life. Yeah, last night I was up late. I was putting together the final touches on the data sheet and the draft sheet. And I was still tinkering with my official squad, and I got to a point where I was trying to fit Tyrone Mings in. Yeah, and I closed the website. I was like, I need to go to sleep. I'm seriously debating Tyrone Mings as a fantasy asset.
So
something is wrong.
2 North Macedonian defenders was okay, but Tyrone Mings, okay. That's where you call it.
Yeah, Alioski has penalties. Does Mings have penalties? Can Mings even take a penalty?
Mings will concede penalties. That's what he can do.
There you go, exactly. So I'm fucking with no English defense. Bro, honestly, when I made my draft rankings, like I said, the only 2 players that probably had colors was Harry Kane and Pickford. And you don't even know if Pickford's gonna play, baby. Who knows?
Phil Foden, yo.
Oh yeah, Phil as well. I mean, there's Grealish, Mount, Chilwell. You want your Champions League Chelsea boys.
True.
It is starting to get a little I'm just ready for the tournament to start.
Same.
I'm done preparing. I mean, I don't know about you though. How many fantasy games are you playing at the moment?
Too many to count. I think. So the 2 drafts I did tonight, that covers draft. I think I'm doing 2 FanTeam squads. I think I'm doing 1 official. And then there are a bunch of small games here and there, predictor games and that kind of thing that I'm playing. I saw Fantasy 5, who were running the weekly, pick 5 for FPL. That game. I see they're doing a Twitter, I guess, tournament or game where you pick 5 players for the entire duration of the tournament, and whatever manager picks the best scoring 5 wins. I think they're paying out the top 3 places, so That's something I'm hoping to find time to do at some point.
For that one, wouldn't you just pick like the people that you think are gonna end up in like the semis and the quarters and whatever?
Yeah, except I don't want to be similar to anyone else, so I think I'll just go like instead of
Get
going
defenders.
Ronaldo, I might get Jota.
Yeah. That's not bad. Yeah, I don't have the time for all of that. Also, that Fantasy 5 Twitter thing sounds like a lot more effort than just using their simple UI where you just got to click players, etc.
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing it that way, but hey.
The FanTeam stuff, I might actually register a team. Like, I feel like I've put in way too much effort that I could possibly get, some sort of reward for my efforts. Let's see. I don't know. I mean, you did suggest, registering, if I want to play FanTeam, registering through the euro.draftfantasyfootball.co.uk website. They've got a special deal going on, right? I think if you buy one team, you get one free entry sort of thing. So it's like 2 for 1, right? That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, just use the Euro Draft site, use their referral link.
Yeah.
And then once you make a deposit on FanTeam and you sign up for the Euro tournament, you get a free entry.
Yeah. Now that we've mentioned FanTeam, let's just quickly talk about it. I don't think we're going to spend too much time on the pod talking about it. Like, where you at in terms of FanTeam? Like, have you spent more time since we last podded?
I have probably spent a grand total of 5 minutes before we hit record today. So, yeah.
What have you got for us?
I think
what's the latest?
The teams we're keen on, we've said that already.
Yeah.
I think for FanTeam, I think the teams that I'm looking at for defense don't really change.
Yeah.
Right now in my defense, I have... So, I mean, you get 105 million and you have to set a lineup of 11 players, right?
Yeah.
So I'm following the standard FPL format where you have a fodder defender, a 4 million defender, you have a fodder midfielder, 4.5 million midfielder, and you kind of focus all your money on your core team. So my defense is a mix of premiums and 2 budget picks. So for premium picks, I have Munier, I have Spinazzola, Pavard, and I'm actually debating on if to get Dumfries over Windal. They're both 5.5 million, but I think Dumfries is more nailed. I think you were saying something where he looked better the other day.
Yeah, so I've been listening to other pods and stuff. Like, shout out to the FPL guys even. They're doing a Euro sesh as well. I heard that, Frank de Boer apparently was playing back 4 throughout all of qualifying and then just recently changed to a back 5. And I don't know how much you let who the actual manager is of the national team play a role in when you're picking players. Because I think it's a massive thing to consider even in the regular FPL season. Like, who's managing? Like,
yep.
That's why, like, Mancini, like, he's won the Prem. Like, I'm really high on Italy going far. Like, he's got that winning mentality.
Right.
The thing is, like, Frank de Boer came with Crystal Palace, and wasn't he, like, one of the worst managers we've ever seen in our lifetime?
Yeah, he wasn't the best. But I mean, it's Palace. How much can you really do with Palace?
I mean, ask Roy. Ask Roy.
But yeah, to round off my defense, so those 4 picks, I expect them to go far. That's Belgium, Netherlands, Italy, France.
Yeah.
And they should last me the tournament. I guess my last spot was just for a fodder defender. There are a couple playing 4 million defenders in this game. Selic from Turkey. I think almost all the Czech Republic and Scotland defenders are 4 million.
Yeah.
And there probably are a few others here and there. North Macedonia must have a 4 million defender.
How much is Alioski?
I think he's 4.5.
Okay. Fair enough.
But, I mean, for someone you probably will never be playing, right?
Yeah.
I think you don't want to even spend that extra 0.5.
And your mids and forwards?
Well, mids and forwards we discussed last time. They haven't changed.
Okay, good. Cool.
But yeah, goalkeepers. Right now, I have Portugal's goalkeeper in. I'm still not sure if it's going to be Rui Patricio or if it's going to be Lopez.
Yeah, I think I saw Silva in net today in the game. Right?
Yeah, it's all up in the air.
So,
and I just have a fodder goalkeeper. There's a 4.0 goalkeeper from Finland. Not Herdecki. Oh no, Herdecki is 4 million.
so
So yeah, I'll just put in Herdeki, I guess.
So, like, do you have any sort of rules when you're picking your defenders and goalies? Like, what's the maximum you're gonna spend on a defender or a goalie?
Nope. I want one premium, like, top tier defender that's Pavard in my squad, so that if I don't think he's necessary anymore, I can easily swap him out for João Cancelo.
Yeah.
I can swap him out for, I don't know, who's a good English defender? Luke Shaw, if Shaw is playing out wide and putting up the same key passes figures that he was putting up in Prem.
Or if Chilwell's on some set pieces, etc.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I want that kind of flexibility. So it's really just one fodder and one premium, and then anything else goes in between.
That's fair. Okay. I guess the only other thing we haven't really discussed is what your captaincy strategy for that is. Is it similar to like the official game, would you say?
It's not, because you set your captain and you can't change it day to day.
Ah, fancy.
So you have to pick one.
Okay.
You have to pick one captain for the entire group stage 1.
Oh, that's wild. So only 7 captains then, yeah?
Yep, only 7 captains.
Who are you eyeing at the moment?
It's so difficult. Ronaldo is in my squad.
Yeah.
Maybe I captain him.
Yeah.
Lukaku is up there for me, but just the question mark on if he's going to have De Bruyne or Hazard behind him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So it's between Depay, Ronaldo, and Lukaku right now.
Yeah. Are you letting ownership affect your decision making at all in FanTeam?
I don't even know if there's a way to see ownership in this game. There probably is. I just have never looked into it.
Yeah.
So no, I don't like to let ownership sway me so much. At least not now. And I guess the ownership stats I'm kind of having in the back of my head are really from the official game.
Yeah.
One thing that I do prefer is to captain a midfielder over a forward in this game and in most fantasy games, just because A, they get an extra point for a goal scored.
Yeah.
B, in this game you get points for each shot on target you take, and you get, I think it's 0.4 points for a forward shot on target, but 0.5 or 0.6 points for a midfielder's shot on target. So those may add up.
I mean, Bruno is also a safe pick given his performance today.
Yeah, he killed it. Which is annoying.
Yeah, it was very annoying.
I really did not want to have to even think of Bruno.
Yeah.
Now he's on my radar.
And Ronnie came off early, so he's rested. He's gonna be ready
did he?
to go.
I didn't
He got some
check
daily.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I misspoke. Shots on targets for forwards and midfielders are the same at 0.4 per
Okay.
shot on target.
Yeah.
Shots on target for defenders is 0.6.
Okay.
So if you get that OOP defender who takes a lot of shots, like I think Alaba is a defender in this game, only 5 million. He could be a solid pick.
You know, maybe I think you should just captain Alioski and call it a day, you know.
Double down, right? North Macedonian defense, 2 of them.
There you go.
Put in Tyrone Mings, and then
You know what?
I'm
Honestly, if I register the fan team and I get a free team, I'm just gonna do fucking wildness maybe for one of the game weeks, right? Let's see.
yeah, why not?
Yeah. Okay. I think we can probably move on from fan team.
Sure.
Plus, I don't think a lot of our listeners care too much about it, but you know, let's see.
Oh, one cool thing I saw
What's up?
is if you do register,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we know Tom is playing, you can actually create your own mini league within this game, which is already a league of its own.
Yeah. Okay. That'd be pretty cool.
So I never noticed that before. So you could set up your own mini league and I guess add your friends and see how you're doing relative to them.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, we should do that then.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing I kind of want to jump on is the forms that you put together. I was earlier today or yesterday, something like that.
Yeah, it was about 1 a.m. today, I guess.
Yeah, so we kind of circled a 2-minute predictor sheet in our socials, etc. And we got some responses and some very interesting answers, I think, in the predictor sheet. Ryan, you want to run through that with us?
Sure. So we got 26 responses, and what we asked to rank, I guess, how the teams are going to fall within each of the groups. Who you think the best third place teams are going to come from, which groups,
Yeah.
and then who do you think is going to win the tournament, place second, place third, and I guess fourth.
Yeah.
So let's run through it. Group A. Heavy favorites are Italy. 23 out of the 26 responses said Italy. No surprise there. Heavy favorite for second was Turkey, followed by Wales, and then I guess a kind of even mix of the rest of the teams for third and fourth.
Yeah.
Group B. Belgium.
Clear favorites.
No one betted against them. So 26 out of 26 said they will come first without a doubt. And 21 out of 26 said Finland will come dead fourth.
Wow.
Denmark are second favorites, and it's hard to argue with that, I think. Russia, comfortable third places. Group C, Netherlands, heavy favorites. 24 out of 26 said Netherlands. 2 people said Ukraine to actually top the group. That's surprising. Ukraine, heavy favorites for second, and North Macedonia, heavy favorites for dead last. I think you went a bit off key.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I put North Macedonia to finish second in that group, but you know what? I wouldn't put it past Ukraine to finish first in that group. If
Really?
I'm gonna say Frank de Boer is a fucking wildhead, yeah, like I would blame Frank de Boer alone on the fact that they don't top that group. I
think
don't
the squad on paper is just too good, though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, for sure. By the way,
it's
what's
not Crystal Palace we're talking about.
I know. By the way, what's up with Delict? Do we have any update on him? I don't think so.
I think he's injured. I think they just didn't remove him from the squad. Frank decided, yes, let's take a gamble and carry him.
Yeah.
So he's using up a spot on him and hoping he recovers in time, I guess. I haven't seen much more than that.
So Maguire play basically.
Basically, yeah. Where have we reached?
Yeah, I think we reached Group D now. Yeah.
D. England, heavy favorites. 22 out of 26 said England. 3 said Croatia. 1 random person said Czech Republic. I don't think they know about football. Could be wrong. Hey. No offense. Croatia, heavy favorites to come second. And Czech Republic and Scotland tied as heavy favorites for last. Group E. This one was a bit different, where 20 out of 26 thought Spain will come first. That's fair. Poland, 5 out of 26 said they might tip Spain with that first spot. Otherwise, they'll heavy favorites for second.
Yeah.
But 21 out of 26 think Slovakia coming dead last. So more think Slovakia coming last than think Spain are coming first.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, and then the same thing happens on Group F. Everyone predicted Hungary to come fourth. That's not surprising. Most thought France will come first. Most thought Portugal will come second. So that's 21 thinking France first, 17 thinking Portugal second, 20 think Germany come third. Which I'm not too sure I agree with. I think I'm kind of different on here. I said Portugal first, France second, Germany third. So
Yeah.
let's see how it goes. I think we actually just got a response come in as we're looking at this.
Nice, yes. Just
If the
updated.
numbers are skewed, yeah. If the number, Hungary's still dead last. Yeah. Let's see. Does anything else change? Nope. Belgium is still clear favorites.
You know what? It will be interesting to see, because I think the next time we pod is after group stages, right? We should see what the latest results are and compare that to what actually
Happens.
Yeah.
That's true. So we were just speaking about this. The third place teams that should do well, at least based on the poll. Group F. Everyone thinks the third place team will come out of Group F. That's, I guess, the Germany, the Portugals, or the France, whoever finishes third there. Just because Hungary is so weak,
Yeah.
everyone should just thump Hungary. And
You say that, but then Hungary's got 2 home games with a full stadium.
true, you were saying what? The capacity of
60K,
their
I
stadium
think?
is like 60K,
Yeah.
and they're maxing it out.
Yeah, they're the only country I think that is getting to max out their match or whatever.
I think you're sounding a bit soft. I don't know if you're speaking into the mic or like away. So I think it's only when you move side to side.
Yeah, I think when I move away. The problem is the cat keeps sleeping on my lap and I can't get closer to the computer. So I'm gonna try and move the cat onto the bed right now while she's asleep.
Yes, guys, this is an actual cat. I just saw the video. This is not code name. This is not a code name for someone else.
Oh, and she is staying on the bed? Coming back? Yeah, she's coming back. I'm not gonna get to record this podcast in peace. Alright, that's fine. Continuing with the third place best playoff finishes or whatever, the team that came in second, or the group that came in second, was Group B, yeah?
Yep, and I think that's because Finland are the weakest team there. Everybody thinks they'll thump Finland. Hard to argue.
Yeah, I was really surprised by what came in third and fourth. which was Group D and Group E. I think a tie.
Yep.
I was honestly thinking, like, my gut call initially was Groups A, B, C, and F would have the third place teams that came out of them. I think that, like, Group D and E, is that, like, the England group, I think?
One is the England group.
The Group D is the England group, right?
Yep.
I'm honestly not expecting a lot of goals from that. I could be wrong, because I just feel like, as much as we want to get Scotland shit, like, they could just be a team that doesn't score a lot of goals but sets up well defensively. And the same thing for, like, the Czech Republic, right? And Croatia, you just never know, right? They were the World Cup finalists. They could... anything can happen, right?
Yeah, and I mean, when you have a Luka Modric, like...
Yeah.
I know it's probably his last tournament, but still.
Yeah, exactly. Anything can happen there. So I'm surprised that a lot of people think that is going to be an easy third place or a team that they can easily demolish in Group D. And then Group E, Poland, Slovakia, Spain, and Sweden. Maybe Spain and Poland score goals, but I don't really expect anything from Slovakia and Sweden, to be honest. I feel like Sweden's an aged squad. I don't know.
I guess I haven't been following them strongly enough, but you said Kuleveski,
I think, tested positive for COVID or had like a COVID test or something. Yeah, so, and he had an amazing season with Juventus. So if you take him out, okay, yeah, the good news is Larson owners will probably get more minutes, right?
Yep. Seb Larsson is now probably nailed.
Yeah.
On pens, probably.
There you go, right? Not sure if he's going to finish 90 minutes all the time, but... it's a...
How old is he now? Like
exactly.
36, 37?
Arsenal legend.
Yeah, he's 36 years old.
There you go. Yeah, so it's interesting to see how people are thinking for that. What is next? I think the final part was the final four, right? The top four teams, I guess.
Yep. So France are clear heavy favorites to win it all. Half the people who took the poll think France will win it all. Next were England, Belgium, and Portugal, roughly the same percentages each.
Yeah.
And then one random person thinks Spain will win it, and two people think Germany will win it. Second place was a bit more even. I guess if people did not put France as their first place, a good few put France as second. But an equal portion put England, Belgium as second as well. So those took up the bulk of it, about a quarter each. And then Spain, Portugal, Netherlands, Italy made up the rest. I don't actually know if there's a third and fourth place playoff game in Euros, but I asked the question anyhow. What team you think will finish third? Belgium were heavy favorites here. More people think Belgium, England, France, and Portugal will finish third than anyone else. And then which teams will finish fourth? The fourth distribution was actually very even. Netherlands, Portugal, Italy, England, Belgium, and even Germany, Denmark,
and Wales,
Spain, and Wales. Wales and Ukraine got a vote each. Like,
I'm pretty sure people just didn't give a fuck at that point. That was like the last question on the poll.
Probably.
Let's just troll them. Fuck it. All right, that's interesting. That's but do you think that kind of matches along your thinking?
The teams that are group favorites, yeah. That goes along with everybody's thinking. I think
Poland, Spain is the only one you were like debating on.
Yeah, I prefer Poland actually.
Yeah.
I think that Spain squad is a bit inexperienced, and I think Poland may pip them. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think the final four is a bit surprising. France, Portugal, Belgium, England are what the people are saying are going to be the final four, at least majority.
Yeah.
I didn't expect England to make final four, to be honest. So...
yeah, you know what? They could surprise us, who knows, but no Harry Maguire at the moment is really worrying, so...
yeah, I mean, if he's fit after group stages,
yeah,
fair game for England. So.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, no one still knows how Southgate is going to line up. Like
exactly. He might play all of his right backs at the same time.
Even Trent?
Ben White might be starting, and we don't know about that.
So the latest rumors is what? Luke Shaw as centre-back. Alongside John Stones, and then alongside him is Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
So 3 centre-backs, 2 of which are actual full-backs. So that means Chilwell and probably Trippier or Reece James on the right side. So, like, what was the point of using your replacement spot for Trent, carrying Ben White, if you're considering using two fullbacks as centre-backs? Like,
It's the same reason Raheem Sterling is priced at 12 million on FanTeam.
I guess it's the same reason you walked away after thinking, oh, do I put Tyrone Mings in my team, right? Like,
I told you, I heard on the podcast that England apparently looked like shit when Tyrone Mings went off, right? That's really worrying.
okay.
Their best centre back is right now Tyrone Mings, right? Listen, he had a great season with Aston Villa, but I mean, you mentioned like a while ago, right? He could be one of those players that concedes a penalty, right?
Oh yeah.
Against world-class talent, so... And we're at the stage now, so... Anyways.
True.
I think we can move on to the next segment, yeah?
Sure.
So, we have some Twitter questions.
Yep.
Do you want to run through what we've got?
Sure. So, let's see. First up is Ras. Obviously. He says, Sanji, with a very cute kitty picture. Do you miss me yet?
Every fucking day, baby. Every day. I miss potting with you. Come on. Talking regular shit all the time with Prem? You know what's up. Yeah, man. I hope you're, resting up. I hope you're... Are you even listening to the Euro series? I doubt it. But, hope you get rest. Enjoy your break. Hope you enjoy the Euros and, come back to a fresh season so I can kick your ass. But yeah, man. Miss you, buddy.
I mean, he won one of the leagues, though. Can you really kick his ass?
I don't know if he won. Did he? I can't remember. Like,
oh, right. The site glitched and, stuck and all.
Yeah, it was it was stuck for 3 days. We didn't know if he was the winner. It's still up for debate.
True.
We're still counting it. So
stop the count.
Yeah. So Ross, thank you so much for your question. At Siddiqui Ross, go follow him. Go give him a follow.
Yep. Next up, man with no name at the Bankster 1.
That's Debbie. He was in our draft.
Yeah. In fan tracks and in our Euro draft tonight. So
Yeah.
Okay, the question is, which team do you think will have the best defensive display at the Euros?
Do you want my serious answer? Or do you want my wild answer?
Tyrone Mings?
Yes, honestly.
A team of 4 Tyrone Mings?
I feel like England can get some clean sheets out of that group.
I mean...
just some dirty 1-0 wins,
Yeah, I don't agree. Okay.
Okay, serious talk. France. N'Golo Kante, right?
Sure.
Maybe Spain for their group because of just their possession football.
Sure.
And just their opposition struggle to score or might not score a lot.
Not keen on Belgium at all?
I should be keen on Belgium. I really should be. I think I'm more keen on their clean sheets than their goals right now, yeah.
And that's because the creativity is lacking without...
No KDB, no Hazard starting right now.
Right.
I still think Lukaku will get you at least a goal every game, but I don't think he's gonna get braces right now. I could be wrong again, right? We'll see what happens when they come up against Finland for their last group stage game, right? That could be fucking disgustingly bad.
I'm gonna die if he walks out onto the pitch wearing fucking metal braces in his mouth and it's just I have braces, bitch. You just said I can't get braces.
Wow, that was terrible.
Sorry.
That was so bad.
Let's just edit that out.
No, of course not.
I know that stage.
I'm definitely keeping that, 100%. Other teams that, other defensive... Okay, I honestly don't think Germany's going to keep a lot of clean sheets. I don't have faith in them. Maybe Portugal, after they come out of that group of death, maybe?
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Maybe Switzerland or Poland could get you a couple of clean sheets here and there.
Yeah, possible.
Right?
Poland, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next up, Leanne. Lee_Atong_Gill. What are your thoughts on the England squad and on the Netherlands squad?
England squad, where do we go? Wait, we could repeat what we said before. Harry Kane and everyone else. We have no idea how they're going to field up. No clue.
Yeah, Harry, Pickford, and then who?
If you had to take one of the midfielders out of Foden, Mount, and Grealish, who are you going to take?
It depends on what I want, but in terms of raw talent, potential to just become world class, Phil Foden is up there with the best of them. I mean,
yeah,
he's so young, and what you see this guy do on the ball is just insane sometimes.
Yeah, especially considering their Champions League run, he was one of the main reasons I think they made it to the final. I mean, yeah, sure, Mars as well, but
Yep.
Foden had some very crucial goals, right? You think about the one against Dortmund.
Yeah, true. And I think you also want a core of like experienced players going with you. Mount, despite being young, is more experienced than most of them.
Yeah. Having won a Champions League, and I don't think they're even gonna take him for set pieces or anything. He's just a guy that's gonna give 110% and run like all 90 minutes. He's not gonna stop.
Yeah. And so the opposite of injury prone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's Mr. Reliable.
We're not supposed to be talking about Fantrax in EPL, but Mount is like one of my top picks for next season's Fantrax draft.
Yeah.
Netherlands.
Yep, won the Netherlands squad.
So, Netherlands, I think Depay up top, maybe one of Berg, Weiss, or what is the other? Weghorst, yeah. And then Windal, Dumfries as your wing backs, and then your back three, depending on De Ligt's injury, can be De Vrij, Blind. Who else am I thinking of? I don't know if I'd go pick up anyone else. I mean, we could refer to like the Draft Hound website, right? They've got a bunch of predicted teams.
Yep.
If you're not confident on what the fuck we're talking about tonight, go check out Draft Hound. Such a useful website.
Yeah, they even got win percentages, clean sheet percentages up there. Probably have more useful content than we are giving you right now, but hey.
Hey, we've got the bats.
True. And you have a cat.
And I've got the cat. Yeah, she's still sleeping on my lap.
Nala. She does not respond to her name yet.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that's her name, dude.
I don't think so. Honestly, even when I have like named my other cat, Xena, I've rarely called her Xena. I usually call her like buttface, booby, hey, silly, like never by her true name. Like
Now, this is not a mirror, right? Like, this is an actual cat.
So funny. So funny.
Alright, let's move on. It's really been a long one.
It really has been a long day. Okay.
Last question.
Yeah, last question.
From Nathan. Yeah, what is that handle?
At Bukun04.
Bukun04. Gotcha. Okay. Thoughts on Netherlands and Germany exiting at the group stage?
I'm okay with the Germany group stage exit. I'm okay with that. Not gonna lie.
You think it's likely?
Okay, I mean, after you told me that Germany has basically all of their games at home in the group stage, it's harder to say that they're gonna get kicked out, right? Netherlands versus Germany, given the groups, how they are, like, you can't say Netherlands doesn't make it out of that group.
Yeah. I mean, they have surprised us in the past, but that looks like a no-brainer they coming out.
Yeah.
Another aspect with Germany is, despite their poor recent performance in internationals in the last, 3 years? They play tournament football, right? When they step up into the tournament, they just show up. And it's Yogi Löw's.
Yeah, Yogi Löw's last tournament. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. They brought back the old faithfuls. They brought back Müller. They brought back, centre-back. You just told me his name.
Ginter?
Why am I blanking?
Ginter.
No.
Rudiger.
Centre-back.
Emrys Can.
The big guy. Matt Hummels.
Matt
There you go.
Hummels.
Yeah. Hummels and Müller were out of the squad for a while. They've brought them back in. That should firm them up, I think.
Is Emre Can not nailed in that backline?
Yo, if Emre Can is nailed, then why did no one draft him?
Oh yeah, that's
He's
true.
a defender in the draft game. And if he's nailed...
Yeah, I forgot that draft version has some very weird positionings in that.
Yeah, so I don't think he's nailed.
Okay, let's say he was nailed. Do you really have confidence in Emre Can as a centre-back?
No.
That's why I think
No.
Germany could concede, yo. I feel like one of their centre-backs is going to fuck them up. I don't know. I could be wrong. Right? Kimmich, Goretzka, and Gundogan in midfield is kind of hard to, ignore. But...
Rudiger?
I mean, Rudiger, I don't think he played too much in, the most recent friendlies and stuff. So that's why I won't suggest him. But yeah, he fucking smashed it for Chelsea, right? So if he starts, I'd definitely go pick up Rudiger. That defense changes if Emre Can's not playing, I think.
True. Okay. I think that's all the Twitter questions we had.
Sweet. So I think, you know what? Now's the perfect time for a halftime break, halftime pint. So, you know what? When we come back, we will look at the official game, chat a little bit about maybe how much, the home fixtures actually play a role, and then see how our drafts went. So we will catch you after the break.
Let's do it.
And we are back. Okay, so Do you want to maybe pull up the official game? Let's start looking at some defenders and goalkeepers to chat about.
Let's do it.
So the most expensive defender, Raphael Guerrero. I'm not even sure if his place is nailed. There's another guy, Lucas Hernandez as well, 6.5. Out of the two of those guys, are you considering either one of them or their team as defensive options?
I am avoiding the group of that.
Right.
Actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. I may play my limitless in game week 2, so I may start off with a Portuguese defender. But Guerrero is not nailed enough for me to pick him, so yeah, let's just say no.
Yeah.
There are a few other 6.5 defenders though. I think Florenzi and like Pavard and...
No, those guys are actually all 6.
Really?
So like you got only two. Yeah, you've only got two 6.5 defenders, and then you've got a bunch of 6 defenders like Chiellini, Shaw, Varane.
Wow.
I mean, there's not too many 6 defenders, so I could probably list them all off right now. I've got them sorted by price. So Laporte, Chiellini, Luke Shaw, Raphael Varane, Luka Dean, Alba from Spain, Cancelo, Pavard, Florenzi, Chilwell, and Ruben Dias. That's all your 6 mil defenders.
Right, so I would definitely go Cancelo before Guerrero, especially after his performance in his friendly today. What was it, a goal and assist for Zhao?
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, he's cheaper, 0.5 cheaper.
I watched that game. I mean, his goal was kind of a deflection, but it was still a decent shot.
Nice.
I think, though, the most amount of money I might drop on a defender is 5.5. And I'm probably going to go for the likes of, like, your Rodriguez, who has, like, penalties, right?
Yep.
He's got a bit more insurance with him. I mean, it depends on how confident you are on clean sheets, right? And if you want to get an idea of maybe how to guess the clean sheets, go follow FPL Abdul, or FPL Salah is his name?
FPL Salah. Another maniac, yo.
Yeah, shout out to the Maniacs again. We fucking love those boys. FPL Salah posts all the clean sheet percentages, the win percentages, who might top their group percentages. Go give him a follow. Go see, what they're saying about the clean sheet percentages. And then maybe you can pick up defenders just for that. But if you're going to go purely on clean sheet, I'm going to look at like your 4 millions and your 4.5 millions, right? So like if you think Belgium's going to keep some clean sheets, we'll get Denier, 4.5 million. I think that's a great pick to start off with.
Agreed. He's not in my squad, but definitely he's a great pick. Pau Torres, right?
Pau Torres is a good 4.5 as well, yeah. Other 5.5s, if you want, I think Dumfries is a good option. Zinchenko is a good option as well. Bonucci.
But Dumfries is like a whole million more than Windal, right? So...
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So, I mean, at that point, you might as well go Windal, yeah? Alderweireld is 5.5, but yeah, Denier 4.5, you might as well go for him. John Stones or Spinazzola also at 5.5.
Stones is 5.5, eh?
Mario Fernandes, a goal-scoring defender from Russia.
Okay.
Yeah. Kimpembe as well is also a kind of a cheap entry into that French defense. If you think they're going to keep a lot of clean sheets. I was surprised Robertson was 5.5 for Scotland. I thought he would have maybe been 5, the max. Considering he didn't have too good of a season with Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
I mean, one of my favorite options is Munir, 5.5, right?
What about Zinchenko is 5.5.
He is a defender that he's playing in midfield. Maybe he might take some penalties. He took one of the penalties in Ukraine's most recent friendly. Yeah, and then you're kind of jumping into the 5 million range, right? Rybus from Poland, he got, I think, like an assist or 2 in his most recent friendlies. Lena from Austria, another good attacking fullback. I'm not sure if Granqvist is worth the 5 million from Sweden, even though in like previous international tournaments...
Gronkus?
Gronquist, yeah. he was like a penalty. He took penalties, didn't he? Wasn't he like the main penalty taker for them?
I think he did take pens at the time. He's also still the captain, no?
Yeah. But I don't think he's gonna start, right?
Probably not.
How do you feel about Gosens, by the
Yo.
way? 5 million option. German defender, German wingback.
If it wasn't a group of debt, Gosens will be nailed in my side.
Yeah,
I'm so
he smashed it in the most
annoyed.
recent friendly.
That's what I'm annoyed at. I'm annoyed that these like decent differential-ish type picks performed in their friendlies. So like Ricardo Rodriguez got an assist or a goal in one game, and then he missed the penalty. So like we still got confirmation that he's on pens. I didn't want any of that to happen because now people saw him and his potential. Gosens is the next choice. Cancelo today. Who else? The others you mentioned, right? Lena, Rebus.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we are looking at the stats, but I'm also annoyed some of them hit before the tournament started. Just
yeah, players are hitting some very late form right now. Jose Gaya, a 5 million defender, but I mean, we're starting to get news out of the Spanish camp that players are testing positive for COVID. So I'm not sure how many Spanish players you might want to start the tournament with, just in case they postpone one of those games. You never know. Like, FPL was fucking wild this season, right? Fantasy draft in general. Like, we had friggin' double game weeks in the playoffs because of COVID, and fans protesting and blocking games and all kind of shit. So, we just keep that one in mind, you know? Another 5 million defender, Kieran Tierney, could be playing out of position for Scotland. If you think he can get something in one of his group stage games, might be worth a punt. I don't know.
Oh, is he out of position?
I assume so, yeah. He's gonna play on the same left side as Robertson, right?
Oh, I thought Robo was the one out of position and then Tierney was like a left centre back.
Yeah, that could also be.
Who knows?
I mean, they've both played like similar roles for their club teams as well, right? I think more so
Yeah.
Tierney as a left centre back.
Right.
Soufal, 5 million defender.
Jeez, but Czech look awful.
Czech do look awful. Yeah, we were talking about it in our draft, right? Soufal for West Ham is a different prospect to Soufal for the Czech Republic. I mean, after that, you've got Soyuncu at 5, but if Soyuncu is your best defender in your backline, I'm not trusting your backline. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know you're higher in him, and I think you have more respect for him. I have very little respect for him. And then we get into...
I think he had a good first season with Leicester, man.
Yeah, okay, sure, maybe. Yeah, okay. No, I don't I don't know. I find it very hard to agree, like, 100%. And then we're gonna get into your 4.5 range, right? Your Alioskis, your Bednaraks, who else? You've got a ton of 4.5 options, right? We mentioned Windal is a better option than Dumfries because of the price. Christopher Trimmel is another good attacking defensive option from Austria, 4.5.
Yep. Pau Torres, 4.5. Denier. Alioski, who you keep shouting.
Yeah. Also, Danish defenders, Maile and Kier, both 4.5 defenders. I think Denmark could get a couple clean sheets.
They could.
Your Turkish boys, Maras and Salik, I think are both 4.5 as well, those wingbacks, right?
Yep.
Yeah, after that, I don't know. I think eventually you'll probably start to look at 4 million defenders. And the only one I'm going to suggest is Ristovski. I think he got a goal and an assist in the last 5 friendlies for North Macedonia. That's the only reason I was kind of ready to double down on him. But yeah, playing 4 million defender, you can't go wrong with that, right?
So I think there are a few. I think the North Macedonian defense is super confusing because there's a Ristevski and a Ristovski.
Yeah.
They're both 4 million.
Yeah.
And I think they both may start. But you're saying Ristovski is the one that got an assist?
A goal and an assist, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Based on the data that I had collected, right?
Yeah, I guess from draft down, it looks like he plays on the opposite side of Alioski, so should be bombarding forward as well.
Yeah.
I think Finland have a few 4 million defenders. I'm not even going to pretend that I know how to pronounce these names, so...
Ivanov, Lam, Toivio.
Toivio, I think Toivio is one.
Yeah. Hamalainen.
Yeah,
Hamalainen.
I
got
don't
that,
even know
right?
anymore. Actually, it might just be Toivio
Yeah.
that plays.
Based on minutes and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, you're starting to talk about Finland defenders. I feel like we need to move on. Like,
Yo, why did I go down that rabbit hole? Really?
it's gotten to that point. Let's look at some goalkeepers, I think. I think we gave good options for defense.
Tyrone Mings.
I don't know what what's your current like defense backline looking like right now?
I think it's Spinazzola, Munier, Maele, Windal, and Pau Torres.
Yeah. I definitely tinkered since our last one as well, yeah.
Yeah. I don't quite remember what my last one was, but in goal I have a 5 million 5 million goalkeeper. Wow, how could I have a 5 million mid in goal? Alright. And I was keen on Lopez from Portugal. Now I think Rui Patricio took back his spot. I have no idea what I'm basing this on. But I like Szczesny.
Yeah, you did mention Szczesny. I mean, I think, Poland could probably keep a couple clean sheets. I mean, I don't trust Szczesny as a goalkeeper. He's got Arsenal DNA. He doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence every time I've seen him in net. So I personally will avoid Sir Szczesny. But by all means, go forth. Go strong. Enjoy. Enjoy that pain. Why don't you?
Sure.
I don't know. I would rather a fullback or a defender than Szczesny. Because Szczesny doesn't fill me with confidence of making saves or getting save points. I could be wrong. I don't follow Serie A like you do.
So I can't recall, but I mean, I don't follow it, and as in I don't watch it, but yeah, I think he's had a decent career since he left Arsenal.
I feel like everyone who has left Arsenal has had a decent career.
Well, that is also true. I kind of remember him being a decent pen stopper in Prem though. Not a clue if that's true or not. Let's see what his Who Scored says. Is it Who Scored or is it Transfer Market that usually has pen stats?
Probably Transfer Market might have that. They have some weird random stats.
Yeah, it might be Transfer Market, you're right.
Yeah.
It is Transfer Market. Let's see. Total penalties saved, 20. Total non-save penalties, 55. That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's like 1 in 2, right? Wait, no. That's wrong. That's 1 in 3. I can't do math.
1 in 3?
Yeah, I can't do math.
Yeah. That's still pretty impressive though.
I can tell you how to draft a team. I can't tell you how to differentiate or integrate.
What is that joke about engineers? How would you know if someone's an engineer?
Yeah, they tell you. Shout out to Alana for that joke. I don't even know if she's listening to the podcast.
Yeah. just hold up your hands there. Do you have your ring on?
Oh, I'm not even wearing my ring. Yeah, I've honestly taken that ring off.
Oh.
Honestly, since I moved home, oh man, I don't mean to like drop shade in our country or whatever. I don't wear jewelry when I go out in Trinidad.
That's fair.
Okay, let us look at goalkeepers. We still have a bit to cover. Goalkeepers. God, I fucking hate talking about goalkeepers, but we gotta do it anyways. Your most expensive goalkeepers. 6 million, right? There's 3 of them. Manuel Neuer, Courtois, and Lloris.
Nice.
I think you could go with any one of those if you're confident that they're going to keep clean sheets throughout the tournament. Out of those 3, which one would you go with if you had to start one?
Courtois. I just like his group more. I mean, can you really go with Neuer?
Neuer, like, for the, I don't know, like, sweeper keeper, might get an assist. Of course he's not. But Neuer for penalties has always been a thing, right?
Yeah.
And then you're looking 5.5 range, right? We've got 4 keepers in there. David De Gea, Donnarumma, Pickford, and Patricio. Out of those 4, who are you going to go for, probably? It's easy, right?
Donnarumma.
Yeah,
it's easy. And I think, like, Italian defense isn't as strong as it used to be, so they're probably going to force people to take a couple of shots from outside the box, but...
And Donnarumma's penalty...
record is really good, yeah.
Yeah. That one, I think, is like he's saved like 15 of the last 43 or something like that. We talked about that on one of the previous pods. And then
we did.
You jump... yeah. And then we jump into your 5 million range, right? And then you've got more options. I'm not going to list all of them. I'm going to list the ones that I think are relevant. Piotov from Ukraine. Sommer from Switzerland. What about Gordon from Scotland? Do you think maybe Gordon can be one of those keepers that racks up a lot of saves?
No, stay away. I also don't even know if he plays. I think Marshall has the goal.
Yeah, probably, eh? You tipped your boy Szczesny. He's at 5 million, right?
Yep. And Kasper, yo.
Along with the likes of Shunin.
Kasper.
Yeah, Kasper as well is also 5 million. Yeah, that's also a great shout. Kasper also is pretty decent at saving penalties.
Is he?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
You're not talking about his dad, eh?
Papa Schmeich? No. But yeah, then 4.5 goalies. I'm probably gonna go for like a 4.5 and a 4 goalie. Just saying, just to save money, and
Wow.
I'll probably go like Tim Krul and Herdecki. But again, this can change because I still have to follow that whole no nego in my midfield rule. I've got to try that out, and you know what? I might end up with a better balanced 11, moving forward, right?
Okay.
But 4.5 goalies to pick them out. Like I said, Tim Krul, who else? Bachmann for Austria. I think there were quotes from the coach saying how Bachmann was going to be their goalie.
Yep, that sounds right.
Roberto Sanchez, 4.5 Spain goalie. If you don't think David De Gea is going to get the nod, that could be a serious punt.
Yeah. I have no idea, actually. I guess seniority, right? You mentioned this earlier. It should be De Gea.
Yeah.
One thing to note about that combination of Tim Krul and Herdecki,
Yeah.
in match day 3 or game week 3 or whatever you want to call it, they play on the same day, so you only get to play one of them. And I think that will turn me off.
Ooh. That is a great point. Yeah, because I wouldn't want to waste a transfer on a keeper. Fuck that shit.
Exactly. And you do want to get, like, the best out of it. I mean, Tim Krul might keep a clean sheet.
Would you start Hrdecki for sure, though? Like, just because he's a playing goalkeeper, he's the cheapest option sort of thing?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I might even go as high as Donnarumma then, honestly.
A lot of people are doing it. I'm not keen, but hey, go for it.
Let's see. Yeah, because it's like the first game, and once you kind of shit the bed there, who knows?
I think I will stick at 5.
Yeah, let's see. It's still up in the air. I'll figure it out. We'll do like final... Are we gonna do final team reveals and stuff on Twitter? Should we?
We could do it on
We could.
Twitter, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, enough goalkeeper talk. I'm gonna get sick. Let's move on to the topic that I really wanted to talk about, which was the home form stuff. Do you want to kick us off with that?
Sure, so I think in each group, when we mentioned this before, there's like a host nation. They're going to play all their 3 games at home. That's Italy, Denmark, Netherlands, England, Spain, and Germany. They play all their group stage matches at home. Crowds, we've seen due to COVID that they do actually make a difference. Home team support, all that. So I'm slightly more favoring those teams. But in some of the groups, there's like a second host nation that play 2 of their games at home. So obviously they can't play the host nation at home because the host nation's at home. That's a mouthful. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
there's a lot of home nation, host nations. Okay,
Yeah.
how about let's take it like one group at a time. Yeah, I think
Sure.
let's do that, right? Group A.
Italy. Player favorites and host nation. We can move on.
Yeah, so all of Italy has all their home games in Rome, basically, right? All the
Yep.
group games are in Rome.
No traveling, all the upsides.
Yeah.
Group B. Denmark is playing all their games in Copenhagen, I believe. Russia plays 2 games at home.
Yo, so I want to talk to you about Russia.
So I think that might factor into how Russia performs.
Yeah, honestly, because, like, let's look at World Cup, right? What was that, 2018? Was that in Russia?
Yep.
Before that tournament started, how did you feel about Russia going in as a host nation?
I mean, pretty much unknown because they didn't have to actually compete to get to the World Cup. That we didn't know how their squad looked or anything. I think I was low down on Russia for sure. Most people probably were.
But do you not think that their home crowd played an advantage in their performance?
Oh, for sure. Actually, in the tournament, they smashed it, right? Like,
Yeah, they did. Didn't they finish like in the final 8 or something? They came really close towards the end.
probably.
Third place could be like a really crucial thing in that group, right? Given Russia's fixtures.
Yep.
Denmark has all those home games, right?
Yep.
And if we think Belgium is gonna eventually just top the group, yeah, that group is gonna be a mess for Finland. Like, I really feel it for Finland.
Agreed.
Yeah, so maybe you could be a bit higher on Russia during the group stages alone, right? On your Dzubas or your Golovins.
Sure. So Group C. Netherlands is the host nation. Nothing else is talked about there.
So yeah, Netherlands is basically the only team with the advantage, right?
Yeah.
They're playing, I think, at the Cruyff Arena, is it?
No clue.
Yeah, the Johan Cruyff Arena, right? Yeah.
Makes sense.
I mean, he's Dutch, isn't he?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Hopefully a couple Cruyff turns. And Group D. England have the host nation in that group, and I think if England make it out and do make it to the semis and finals, they also have home advantage because I think those are playing at Wembley as well.
Yep,
So
that's right.
if England reach the final, they would play 5 of their 7 games at home. That could be an insane advantage.
Could you imagine Tyrone Mings in a European Championship final?
Can you not? Like I can't see anything but that.
Yeah, that's a good point. If England make it that far, or you know what, even if like other teams make it that far, you could look at players that play in EPL teams that might be comfortable, right? At that stage, they could fucking thump it.
True.
That I honestly don't think England's gonna get that far, but let's see. The team that I really wanted to talk about in that group though, Scotland.
Yeah, they got 2 games at home.
Right, in Glasgow. I think Hampden Park. Is it in Hampden Park? Wait, you know what? I should really check that.
Sure. They're playing Czech Republic and Croatia at home, yeah.
No, it's in Dublin. Is it in Dublin? No, it's not in Dublin either. Holy crap, I'm all over the place right now.
What?
Where is Scotland
Ireland?
right now?
What the?
I'm looking for Scotland in the group.
Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it.
Oh, is that POC? That's such a weird way that they've named it. That's why. Like, okay, if you look at the official 2021 match schedule, like they've got England as ENG, Croatia as CRO, Czech as CZE, and then friggin' Scotland is PO space C. That makes no sense. Yeah, I blame Euro. I don't blame myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Scotland is kind of one of those nations that I think could just be like, troublesome defense. They might not score, but they might just frustrate some nations, right? Have the fans behind them to back them as well.
True.
So, you know what? That Czech Republic could finish last. Scotland might get third place shouts. You never know, right?
Could happen.
All right, let's move on to Group E.
Group E, Spain are the host nations. They play all their games at home, and then you were telling me something about travel hours for these guys.
Yeah, so these guys are going to be flying, I think, between Bilbao and Dublin for their games, I think. Like, all the other teams are going to be traveling other than Spain in their group.
Right.
I think that was the pick out from that. But you've got, like, what is it? You've got other teams that are, like, traveling around a bit, right? You look at Turkey. I think Turkey is traveling between Italy and Baku and stuff. So there are some teams that don't have those home fixtures that are going to be on long flights and stuff. And I don't know how much you want to consider fatigue and stuff, like traveling and all that, into your decision making. Maybe not overthink it too much, I would say.
Yeah, probably not.
But I think we can probably look at the final group now.
Sure. So Germany is the host nation there, and then Hungary does have 2 games at home. But you know what? Hungary are going to get thumped.
Like I heard, Hungary has like a maxed out crowd, so who knows how that's going to turn out as well.
It's going to turn out the same way Brazil, Germany did in Brazil. Like,
oh my god, we've just lost all our Brazilian fans. Thank you for that.
Alright, let's not say that. No, but yeah. Imagine a full stadium for Hungary and you just get thumped every game. Like,
yeah,
that's not going to be pleasant. So let's hope it doesn't happen. It didn't happen in Brazil. What am I saying?
Yeah, let's see. I wonder if Mbappe can get another hat trick against the German team. Let's see. I mean, that's against Bayern Munich, so
yeah.
It could be something. Yeah, so that's a little bit about like the home forums and how home fixtures might, affect results, etc. So now I think we can move on to like the final part, which is like the draft part, which is what we're all about at the Banter Boys. So we did our own draft, right, tonight?
Yep.
We had like a 9-person league set up. I know you had a second draft that you did immediately after that. Do you want to talk about the second one first, before we talk about this one? I know you had like different numbered picks in both drafts as well.
I got last spot in the first draft. I got first place in the second draft. And I think just having just done a draft, I was at ease for my second draft, and it just worked out very well.
Yeah.
I really like my team.
Why don't you quickly run through the team that you had from your second draft?
Sure, let me pull that up.
I'm not in that league, so I don't care to discuss it later. Sorry. I love you, but...
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't even think we were going to spend enough time on it. But, right. Okay, cool.
We'll spend some time.
Up top, I have Lukaku, Muller, and Gerard Moreno. In mid, I have Chiesa and Berardi, so whichever one starts there, I'm covered. I have Wijnaldum, I have Ferran Torres, I have Yarmolenko, and Jack Grealish. In defense, I have Alderweireld, Guerrero, Ricardo Rodriguez, Pavard, and Windal. And then in goal, I have Tim Krul. And I think just compared to the other teams in the league, this on paper looks so much more solid.
Yeah, I mean, it also helps that you had first pick, right?
Oh, yeah.
I remember in our first draft, you were just sitting down there in pain, looking as all the first options went away, right?
Yep.
You're a Lukaku, you're KDB. I mean, we'll chat about it in a bit, but yeah, that one was a lot more painful for you. But yeah, I think you have a solid chance in your second draft, man. Like I said, I did message you, right? I think your second draft is gonna go loads better, right?
Oh, for sure.
So you definitely did learn something from there, yeah.
I did. And I'm happy that I got Tim Krul. Because somehow I managed to name my team Krul Runnings.
Hey, that is so fitting. That is brilliant.
So let's move over to
our draft. Yeah, so
Yep.
we had 9 teams drafting in there. I was 8th pick, you were 9th pick. So that wasn't as fun.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, let's go through all the rounds for the draft. We'll mention the picks that we got at each round and maybe the best and worst pick from each round.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So in our first round, like the first 3 picks we'll mention were Lukaku, KDB, and Mbappe. I think that's fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Harry Kane right after. I mean, yeah. Those are definitely top 4.
Yeah, and then Lewandowski, Ronaldo, and Depay went after that, right? And then it fell to us. I went for Griezmann. Ryan, you then had like the back-to-back picks, right? Being the last pick in a snake order draft.
Yep. So I got Immobile and then Thomas Müller. I just kind of wanted to get my forwards out of the way.
Oh, you know what you should check at the end of this is how many similar players you have from both drafts. I'm very curious what the count is.
A lot. So let me just undo what we said.
What's that?
We said Lukaku, De Bruyne, Mbappe, and Kane with the comfortable top 4s. I thought Ronaldo would be in the top 4 in any draft.
Yeah, well, I thought Ronaldo would go first just because of like, for somebody who doesn't play fantasy often, and also Ronaldo, I think, is the default highest rated player in the Euro draft website that we're using.
Yep.
Yeah, it's probably a little surprising that at least Ronaldo going before Lewandowski.
Yeah, exactly.
So then, yeah, you went Immobile and Thomas Müller as your back-to-back picks, and then I went for Bruno Fernandes.
Nice.
But in that first round, I think it's very hard to pick like a best pick, right? It's very hard for you to go wrong there.
Right.
If I had to pick a worst pick, I'm gonna say Depay, first round. Personally, I'm not sure if I would have gone for Depay in the first round of a draft. Maybe early second round.
I would have taken him in the first round. For me, the worst pick there is Lewandowski, just because I don't think he goes the distance in the tournament.
Yeah.
I do think he can smash it in group stages, but...
You know what? And then if you're a draft manager that has Lewandowski smashing in group stages, maybe try and trade him right before playoffs. You can probably get a first pick defender maybe for Lewandowski, right? And it's probably a defender that can take you all the way to the semifinals.
True.
So we look at our second round. Who do you think is maybe the best pick in that lot? Honestly, I might give it to either you or Ian.
Bruno for you. Yeah.
Bruno, you think? Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, given his performance today, yes.
Right.
In terms of a worst...
Yeah, I was going to say...
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, same thing you said. Worst pick. Hands down. Actually, no, it's not hands down.
I think we have like a 5-way tie.
No. It's a 2-way tie. Dries Mertens and Andre Silva for sure.
Not Chiesa in your second round.
Yeah, but at least Chiesa may play.
And Alvaro Morata.
Morata may play. Chiesa may play.
Yeah,
Grealish
that's
may
true.
play.
That's true.
But Andre Silva, And Dries Mertens do not play.
Yeah, Mertens is not playing at all. Yeah. Yeah, you're right there. I'll give you that one for sure.
So we're really gonna bash people. Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying not to bash people. I'm hoping that they take this constructive criticism well and they improve in their future drafting scenarios, right?
Gotcha.
What about round 3? I think then we had the latter end picks in there, right? I went for Insigne. I'm fucking shocked Insigne fell to me so late in that third round. But you went back-to-back picks of Ferran Torres and Diogo Jota.
Yeah. So I had 2 forwards. I now had to focus on mids, and yeah. I think those, out of all the mids that were left, were the 2 mids I liked the most that I thought could go far.
Can you pick a best pick and a worst pick out of that third round?
That third round best pick? Probably Gnabry.
Yeah. Or Ferran Torres, who you picked,
I
think is also a great third round pick.
Worst pick?
Hey, toot your fucking horn, man.
Worst pick? Actually, Phil Foden's a great pick too. Worst pick? Thorgan Hazard, maybe?
Yeah. That's easy.
Right, okay.
Thorgan could start, you know.
I think he starts, but
Thorgan could smash it. You never know.
he's kind of reverse OOP.
Yeah.
He's playing as a wing back.
Yeah. But I mean, he has gotten attacking returns from that position, right?
He has.
Okay, so let's look at the fourth round, I believe, now. Like I said, your back-to-back pick was Diogo Jota, and then I went for Christian Eriksen after.
Yep.
But let's again pick best and worst picks in that round. This one is actually a lot tougher to choose from, I think, for like a best pick.
Best pick, I would say, is probably Moreno. If he plays, I think he's the best pick by far.
Yeah. You've got the likes of Benzema, Modric, Chakanoglu in there. Gareth Bale is also in there. Those are some big hitters right there, right?
Yeah.
If they go off.
Yeah.
But I think maybe worst pick, I would probably say Bukayo Saka.
It's kind of obvious, yeah. It's Saka for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what was going through the manager's mind when he did that. I'm not gonna lie, there were a few managers that were unprepared in our draft. They might have just been going with EPL picks at that point.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's the best routes. I would suggest maybe just pick 4 countries and just target those countries. Go defenders early if you have to. Just don't pick up Bukayo Saka in your 4th round. Let's just go to the next round. So again, we were at the latter end of that round. I went with Gini Wijnaldum.
Great pick.
And you went for a trigger pick of Malinowski.
Yeah, so I kind of panicked here and I ran out of time. Yamo is still free, but...
Given the round though, I think Malinowski is like one of the best picks considering what other people picked that round.
True. I guess it's really just a toss-up between him and Yarmolenko. I might have gone Yarmolenko if I rethink it now, but hey, yeah. Compared to everybody else, it worked out.
Set pieces though.
True.
You've got that insurance.
True. I think you got the best pick on this round for sure.
Really? Not Bernardo Silva or Mason Mount maybe?
Mount maybe, but I think when Wijnaldum is probably... I don't know, his stats for the national team is just so good. Captain should play...
Yeah, that's true. He's a different monster for Netherlands versus Liverpool. Yeah, captain as well. Yeah, that's a great point. Alright, and then you had back-to-back pick for this round, right? So, who was your back-to-back pick?
Yeah, so I went with Carrasco just because all the big Belgium hitters were gone already. And I just wanted a piece of Belgium. But I don't think I'm going to hold on to Carrasco more than maybe 1 or 2 weeks. I think he may drop out if KDB or Hazard comes back. I'm going to try to trade him early on. And maybe this will fail now that we're telling everybody my strategy. But hey...
I mean, you might as well send in the offer now.
And you know what? You fucked up everything with your pick.
Oh yeah, I did, because I went for the first defender in this round. I think this was the 6th round of the draft?
Yep.
Something like that. So, okay, the reason I went for Thomas Meunier is because, like you said, all the big hitters for Belgium were gone. I was like, fuck it, I really want a Belgian player. And you fucking went for Malinowski. So I was like, okay, Either I continue picking up all the good midfielders where people are starting to eye at this point, right? Because I think like Berghuis and Yarmo and stuff went after this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? Let me just stir the fucking pot and confuse managers in our draft. So I was like, let me be the first one to pick up a defender because after that, everyone started picking up defenders, right? Right after me, Alba, the Spanish fullback, went, right?
Yeah. I think that round Pavard went as well, so
In that round, best and worst, yeah.
best, for me, Yarmolenko, I think.
Yeah, Yarmolenko's a solid pick as well.
Actually, no, Pavard.
Yeah, Pavard as well, yeah. I mean, out of all the defenders, yeah, I could have gone Pavard over Munier, right?
Yep, probably.
I'm gonna go worst pick is probably Che Adams.
Yeah, that was another surprise.
Yeah, but you know what? We're starting to see a pattern, a trend here with the last three worst picks on the manager. We're not gonna shout you out, don't worry. But Ryan, you might want to check on your friend, mate.
No, not the last three. He was fine around before.
Surely the last three.
No, he was fine around before this.
Was he? He went Timu Puki before this.
That's okay compared to, well, yeah, okay. I think your Jorginho was always there, but
Are you really gonna pick Timu Puki before Benjamin Pavard?
oh no.
There you go. Okay, so let's quickly move on. To the next round. Again, we were the last picks for this one. I continued on my defensive run, and I went for Florenzi because Spinazzola went right before me.
Yep.
And I think at this point you were just really upset with me.
I was just upset with everyone because the amount of defenders that went. Cancelo went, Ricardo Rodriguez just went, Ruben Diaz went, Spinazzola and Florenzi just went before me. So I decided I had to get a defense too. You know, and I was tossing up between Windal and Dumfries. And I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm taking both. Fuck you guys. So yeah, my back-to-back was...
the Dutch defense.
Yep.
Double D's.
Double Dutch, yo.
Yeah. For me, when I came back around after your Dumfries pick, I needed a striker, so I went for Yaremchuk from Ukraine. I think he could get some minutes. Could get like a goal or two maybe. Like the Ukraine team is pretty solid, man. But before we move on to that next round, I'm gonna easily say that the worst pick in that round was Hugo Lloris, going so early in the draft.
Yeah, for sure. A goalkeeper that early on is not necessarily true.
I mean, the only other person I'd look at is maybe Kimmich, because he's a midfielder in the game now.
Yeah. I would think Ricardo Rodriguez does not warrant that early of a pick either.
Yeah?
Just because he has pens? No.
If you're gonna apply like the Lewandowski sort of logic to it.
Yeah. True, maybe.
So next round. So yeah, we talked about Dumfries and Yaremchuk. Any best or worst picks from this round that jump out at you?
I think Laporte could be a solid pick. Rudiger could also be a solid pick.
Yeah?
I think the worst pick here, maybe João Felix or Calvert-Lewin.
Not Luke de Jong.
Yeah, I was thinking Luke, but does he play? If he plays, it's fine.
I don't think Luke
Then,
starts.
yeah, then it's Luke.
I don't think Luke starts. I think Weghorst, Depay, or Berghuis are fighting for that top two positions.
So Frankie starts, right?
Yeah.
One of the De Jong starts. I just don't know which.
And De Roon starts, I think, as well.
Yeah. Is it Frankie starts then?
I think Frankie starts.
Yeah, okay, so I think it's Luke.
Luke is the one I'm picking out of there. Okay, back into the next round, end of that round, I got Jose Gaya, Spanish fullback. You got Marco Arnautovic, Austrian forward, I want to say,
Yep.
in this game. Best pick, worst picks in that round?
Best pick for me is a toss-up between Gundo and Dani Olmo.
Yeah, Gundo was a nice pick by Natsun right there, yeah. And I'm obviously going to give worst pick goalkeeper. I still think you should not be drafting a goalkeeper this early into the draft.
True.
Even though it's Courtois.
Yeah, fair.
Let's look at the next round. We were back-to-back for this. So you went Arnautovic and then Zinchenko. I went Seferovic for my final striking spot. How do you feel about that? I'm a bit nervous about him and Gavranovic rotating.
I think he starts. I think he's probably more likely to be given minutes than Gavranovic. Or if not, pair them both.
Okay.
I think you kind of panicked. I don't think you needed to pick up a last forward so early on because I think most people had exhausted their
Striker.
forwards. But
Yeah.
not a bad pick.
Oh, that's something I didn't consider actually. Observing other teams and looking at who they need to go pick up next. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I think at that point there was only one more team that needed a forward as well.
Yeah. Okay, so in that round, again, I'm gonna say worst pick is probably Gigi Donnarumma.
I disagree actually. I think Donnarumma, in my opinion, is worth it if he gets like a pen save, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think Kufal is probably my worst pick there. I mean, yes, he was great for West Ham, but I don't think Czech Republic are keeping clean sheets.
What about N'Golo Kante without balls recovered?
No, I actually like Kante because most people think France will go straight to the final, right?
Yeah.
In those late stages, Kante taking over 1 point, 2 point, 3 points, those things add up.
Yeah, that's a great point, yeah. Next round, we were the latter end of that. I went with my final midfielder spot. I remember this. I went for Berardi. I'm surprised he fell at the 98th spot in the draft.
Yeah. I guess it's still kind of a question mark on who starts, right? Berardi or Chiesa. I mean, though Chiesa did go a lot earlier.
Yeah.
So, still surprising. Who did I go for? Luke Shaw.
And you've got Bernardeschi and Barella as well. So.
Yeah. Barella had just gone down before.
Yeah.
I went for Luke Shaw. I don't know, I think I just wanted a piece of England.
Yeah.
Really nothing more to it than that.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it was starting to get really nitty-gritty, right? Everyone was trying to just go for defenders and goalkeepers. So it's like really hard to like say there's like best picks or waste picks sort of thing.
Yeah.
But out of like the remaining spots, like, are you surprised, like, which are the names that you were surprised went that late? Maybe Pau Torres at 108?
No, I'm not that surprised by that. I am more surprised by maybe Chiellini at 102. Jordan Pickford at 119.
Yeah, that was my first goalie pick. What about Oyarzabal at 115?
I don't know. I think there is enough rotation risk around him to warrant him going that late.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then the rest is just a bunch of goalies that we picked, right? And because we have the flex spot in this league, we had to draft 2 goalies and then just quickly dump them as soon as the draft was over and pick up whichever other outfielder position you want.
Right, yeah. But no, the last pick actually, to me, is the most surprising.
The best one, probably, of all last picks.
I noticed that everybody maxed out their midfielders, so I didn't have to worry. And there were still some gems left, right? There was Zielinski, there was Forsberg, and there was Tielemans.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed Tielemans up last.
Yeah, Golovin as well.
Golovin is still there, yeah. But yeah, I managed to get Tielemans as my very last pick.
And I think that's a solid pick, like the same way you mentioned Kante, right? Just those couple of points that are going to tick you over. Like, you have a sure pick.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's kind of how our draft went. Damn.
Yep.
Holy shit, we've been talking for quite a while. We should probably wrap things up. But I kind of want to maybe highlight the draft sheet that we used. I used. What was your, prep and strategy when you were doing your drafts today, by the way?
Just wing it. Fuck it. Let's just go.
Yeah. I went into a full-on fucking draft sheet. And Ryo, I've sent you a copy. It's the most colorful thing ever. I mean, typically, I've seen people, they do, draft rankings. They list all their players and then go according to that list. Sometimes I kind of just like to have all the options out there and just kind of color-code it. So as people are going away on, the Excel sheet, I'll just blank it out. And then whatever colorful names or, depending on their color code, I'll go for that person before, etc., right? I just find, it's an easier way to kind of look at it. So I want to, kind of rattle off, the top forwards and the top mids and top defenders that I think, managers can probably go after in their draft, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Forwards, I want to start with, and if you have anyone that I've missed out, please throw them in. Forwards, I'm going to go Immobile, Mbappe, Lukaku, Griezmann, Ronaldo, Kane, and to end Lewandowski. I think are your premium strikers to target in a draft. And then after that, Muller, Moreno, Depay, Yilmaz, Seferovic, Poulsen, Zuba.
Right, so for me, the only difference there would be I'd put Depay in that first bracket. I'm that high up.
So maybe swap Depay and Lewandowski.
That's tough. I see why it's tough now. Yeah, probably.
Like, okay, if the draft came to you in that round and you had to pick between Lewandowski and Depay, who are you going to go for?
I was picking Depay.
Okay, interesting. Very interesting. If your draft is big enough where you've reached the teams of like Hungary, Macedonia, and Czech Republic, you could probably target Adam Slazai, Trajkovski, and Schick. I think they could get a couple of goals in the group stages as well. Midfielders, the prime ones I want to shout out. Insigne, KDB, Hazard, Bruno, Bilva, and again, in no particular order, okay? Gnabry, Ferran Torres, Berardi and Kai Havertz, Zielinski, Malinovsky, Yarmolenko, Wijnaldum from Netherlands, Chakanoglu, Perisic and Modric from Croatia, Shaqiri, Eriksson, Golovin. You think I'm missing anyone out of that, like, premium sort of midfielders that you would want? I've not mentioned a single English midfielder, by the way.
Yeah, it's too hard to call, right? Rotations.
Yeah.
I don't think you've missed anyone, but I think you've added some people I wouldn't have. Definitely. I don't like Modric on there. I'm not too sure about Shaqiri. But besides them, yeah, I'm keen on the rest.
Alright. Well, then defenders, I pretty much just highlighted fullbacks. Like, I highlighted basically, like, one defender from each squad. So, like, the defenders I list off is, like, Florenzi, Munir, Pavard, Cancelo, Gosens, Alba from Spain, Ribas from Poland, Zinchenko from Ukraine, Windal over Dumfries for the Netherlands, Salic over Soyuncu for Turkey, Rodriguez, Swiss penalty scoring defender, Maele and Kjaer, maybe Maele over Kjaer because of his attacking potential. Mario Fernandez is another good attacking defender from Russia. Alioski on penalties. I'm pretty sure he's still undrafted in our league. Leiner from Austria. And Robertson and Tierney from Scotland. Any other names you want to throw in there?
Nope, I think that's more than enough. I kind of like an English fullback. It's just hard to call it.
Yeah, it is.
Like, if I knew Reece James was nailed, I'd pick Reece James for sure.
Yeah. But, I mean, I talked to you about the possibility of maybe Reece James even playing as one of the right centre-backs, right?
Yeah.
He recently took up that role for Chelsea. You never know. It could happen.
Yep.
Anyways, that's it. That's all we had planned. I think we can probably go fucking sleep now. It's like past midnight. We've rambled up long enough. Again, we're probably not gonna pod again until after the group stages. So before your playoffs, we got like a little bit of a day gap in between. Because all the match days and games are back to back. I don't have the time to do any podding for that. I've got some other stuff that we're working on. Yeah, probably, even one of those new Twitter spaces, that live forum, right? That's something that's probably gonna pop up. The Banner Boys might feature in one of the Twitter spaces, so keep an ear out for that. But other than that, Ryo, before we sign off for a couple of weeks or whatever, do you have any final points, final suggestions, advice for the group stages, managers, etc.?
No. I guess. Yeah, nothing comes to mind.
Nothing? Not a single thing.
Just listen to some more educated people than us. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Look out for the lineups before kickoff if you're playing the official game. Yeah, it's a lot to keep on top of, but you gotta change your captain every day unless they absolutely smash it early on. Look out for the lineups. Surprises do happen. And just do not bring someone in off your bench until you absolutely have to. Subbing out as a player just because they scored 0 is not necessarily the best play. Someone can score -1 and you want to take them out instead. Don't rush it.
Great point.
And last thing is, if you want to play all fours, hit us up.
Oh, I think that's a perfect way to end it. But yeah, just listeners, fans, just, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for listening to our Euro content. Again, it's not the best thing that you can get out there, but we enjoy doing it. And you know what? If you're not playing draft or you're not playing official game, just enjoy the football. Enjoy the break, right? Go get vaccinated. For people that are still struggling in COVID-related countries, stay safe. We're still not out of it. You know, us down here in Trinidad, we're still in a state of emergency. So times are still wild. So yeah, stay indoors, be responsible, and enjoy beautiful football that's coming your way.
Yeah, hit us up with any questions you may have. We're not going to be potting, but we'll definitely respond on Twitter, all the socials, whatever. I know you do that shit better than me.
Yeah. Hit us up on the Reddits, on the Twitters, on the Discords. Go listen to the part where I plugged in Ras's part. Find us on all the socials. We'll respond. We'll answer any burning questions that you have. And I think that's a perfect way to kind of sign off. So I will catch you on the next episode, Ryo. Peace.